This.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Sound okay?
Sounds great. You know,
Okay.
your voice is horrible as usual.
Yes, I know. Fucking Europeans.
Uh-huh. Alright, Val. Give me the lowdown.
Okay. So, Twist of Fate, classic, execute, talent, kinda, we have it already. So, you probably use that, like, standard if you need the extra damage, like an argument, it's super good.
Uh-huh.
To set it in perspective. Current content, Fortress of Mind and Shadow Word, Void, it's kind of mixed. It
Oh, there's
depends on-
charges to it too. That's sick.
Yes, and it's a lot of burst insanity, so you pretty much use it if you have like
Short fights?
bursts of like, well, if you have to prepare for like ad spawning or such, like intricate phases with like important stuff. So like Doomfires would be great for that, like instantly stacking hundreds insanity up for that stuff and stuff. Yeah. So just regularly like tunnel vision phase roll, you probably take Fortress of Mind if you don't need to execute damage. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, like, just multiple targets, multiple ads, you probably go with Twist of Fate, just because of the uptime?
Pretty much depends like how often you like
You could proc it.
how much uptime you can get. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, Mania. Well, it's just speed. Speed, Shining Force. Well, we're not gonna worry about that stuff.
it's pretty
Tell me
easy.
about Dark Visions. Shadowed Pain and Vamp Touch deal 20% more damage. If cast while you have more than 50% insanity. Are you actually gonna have, like, good uptime on over 50% insanity, or are you just gonna, like, drain it?
Well, Dark Visions is pretty much like the council talent. So like you have Shadow with Pain and VT out, but the thing is like Shadow with Pain, you know, it's like 3 insanity I think you should take, so it's pretty good. Like in council fights you generate a lot of insanity with that talent. Reap of Souls, like the big execute talent, like the god talent we've been waiting for, because 20% execute sucks. Void Lord, yeah. If you need like the healing in some phases, sustain damage. Again, it's kind of like the argument situation, like comparing Reap of Souls to like Twist of Fate.
Gotcha.
Mind to Void Lord, so it's kind of boring.
Senlan? How do you pronounce this?
San Lane. Did you not do
Lane.
Ice Brown?
No. I started in
wow.
Kata. I know.
Ah, okay.
Fucking like 10 years old, man. Damage of Vamp Touch increased by 20%, and the healing of Vamp Embrace by 20.
Yeah.
So you could go like, there's a hybrid build here that you could do, kind of.
It is. It also.
If you
like-
could be even more niche as a Shadow Priest, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, with one of the artifact thingy magics, you gain a shield for like every point of damage your VT overheals.
Okay,
So this is gonna like make you immortal on like council fights and such, pretty much.
that's pretty sick. Auspicious Spirits, Shadowy Apparitions deal 100%
That
increased
is kinda,
damage.
like up in the air, depending on how that is gonna work, because we don't know exactly how auspicious spirits are working compared to now.
Yeah.
Shadow Insight, pretty standard.
10% chance to reset the cooldown of Mind Blast. I mean, this hasn't changed at all, right? I don't think Shadowy Insight's been changed
No, not at
in
all.
3 expansions.
But again, it's a good council talent, depending on auspicious spirits, how it's gonna work out.
Oblivion. Let the power of the void flow through you,
Oblivion.
instantly generating 100 insanity.
Yeah, so instant void form.
That's pretty
Big-
sick.
Big burst cooldown. Just
The
like
guest,
Monster.
Val, introduce yourself.
The guest.
Yeah, you. Who are you? Why should we
Well-
listen to you?
It's kind of late to explain that now, isn't it?
Not really. I mean, we're already through this, and people like if they've gotten this far. All right, I'm gonna explain it because you're awful. Valiane is a former Method Raider, 2-time BlizzCon world champion,
Back to back. let's
back to
begin.
back to back. And then he
Greatest
raided
skill ever.
most recently in Vanguards. You stopped raiding, right? You went casual. Well,
No,
to
I
Legion.
like held out a friend of mine with like killing argument. Like I didn't even kill it in Vanguard myself before I left. But
So you're a
whatever.
mercenary.
I did like 4.5
or
years
higher.
of method from 11 to 17, so a few world first here and there. Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
He's also one of the mods in How to Priest,
Yes.
who does nothing.
From the beginning. Hey, come on.
Hey, where are your
Don't hate
video? Where are your videos?
I do stuff.
Uh huh.
okay?
All right. Mindbender creates a Mindbender. Attack the target. Caster receives 2 insanity when the Mindbender attacks. Lasts 20 seconds.
So that's kind of meh. It's one of those situations where it was before we got the tier 18 bonus, where you take it if you're like super low on GCDs. But I don't really see us using it like in the current form because Power Infusion like gives us haste and increased
insanity generation.
Like it's just too good. Like and then Oblivion like the burst part. So
you have potential for like burst builds with like Shadowed Void with Dark Vision.
Insane. It's completely nuts. So
that's kind of cool. You have like viable cooldowns.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, like, considering how Shadow has been played for, like, the past 8 years. Like, no cooldowns whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, well, apart from that, the devs call Shadow Fiend a cooldown. It does, like, 100k damage for it.
Alright, Legacy of the Void. Casting Mind Blast increases the effect of your next Shadow Word by 50% for 30 seconds, stacking up to 2 times.
Yes. So that's,
Yes.
Yeah. So this is kind of like potentially the return of that dot sniping to Shadow, kind of like Pharaoh's has it with the Rip, because you can like get the big Shadow.
Oh, so you're stacking up, and then you just start casting.
Well, either you get
dot stuffs.
Shadow with Pain out, or you like use the Shadow with Void. But,
dude, Legacy of the Void is out, man. Go get it. Go get it for yourself.
Totally.
Mind Spike.
Mind Spike.
Blast target for Shadowfrost damage and increase the damage done to your next Mind Blast within 15 seconds by 50%, stacking up to 5 times. Replaces Mind Flay. Oh, it's that's sick.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
the thing
kind
is,
of.
you lose out in the insanity generation from Mind Flay, so...
How
I
much
don't
does
know
Mind
about
Flay?
that.
Shadow damage over 3 seconds and slowing their movement. How much does Mind Flay generate?
I think it's the same as Shadow Pain 3 per tick or so.
Gotcha. Okay. Surrender to madness. This looks so fucking
This is
sick.
like, we are calling
Surrender to the old gods, sacrificing your soul for ultimate power. All your insanity generating abilities generate 300% more insanity until you exit void form. Then you die. Requires void form. That's ridiculous.
So there are many potential ways to use this. Like the one that's like the most fun is like you go for like a full execute build and you call dibs on the soul stone.
So you go like Oblivion, Shadowed Void. What else would you do?
No, Shadow Void. You'd go Twist of Fate because this is like an execute phase, okay?
Okay.
So you
What else
go
would you take? 60,
Twist of
75?
Fate, you go Reap of Souls.
Okay.
Go Shadow Insight. Well, depending on how Special Spirits are going to work. Most likely Shadow Insight.
Okay.
Oblivion and Surrender to Madness, and then you call dibs on like on Soulstone, Combat Rest, whatever.
That's
And then,
sick.
when you reach 35%, you lost, you go nuts, you pop everything you have left,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't kill the boss, you just get a rest.
You just get you just die. So Guardian Spirit, what should happen with it is Guardian Spirit should not work because it's a one-shot mechanic. It's like you die. So if you have things like the debuff on Manaroth, where it's like you are doomed and you have to dispel it, and if you don't dispel it, they insta-die. Like, I could GS those people, but they still insta-die, right?
Well, it's capped to like twice the amount of HP.
Yeah.
Spirit, so.
Yeah, and I think Guardian Spirit's like actually I think your Guardian Spirit's close to twice your HP or something like that. No, I'm thinking of the circles. The circle mark. What is the circle things that the Doom Lord puts out on you? No, not the gaze.
Oh.
The big circle.
The Mark of Doom? Whatever.
Yeah, that you run to the edges and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They get popped. Yeah. Okay, so it was right. At first I was thinking of the thing that spawns the Doom Lord, the curse.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it's the mark of Doom.
Those you can survive with.
Well, you need to have an immunity for it. Like, I can't GS somebody, and they
Yeah,
can't
oh.
live through it. Yeah. So I think it'll work the same way, where you can't just GS to cheese it. So.
Yeah. So one combat rest reserved for shadows.
The holy thing doesn't res a dead person; it just tops off somebody who's really low. So I don't think it's gonna be when they drop below 0% health, because when you drop below 0% health, you die. So, unless you're Death Knight. Are we gonna look at the artifact stuff?
We can.
I think we should.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with. Where the fuck did we go? Do we start from the bottom? Now we're here.
No,
All right.
Void Torrent.
Void Torrent, and then we're gonna go down, and then we're gonna go up. Okay. Raise your dagger into the sky, absorbing void energy into it for 0 seconds, then release a torrent of void energy at your target, dealing X damage over 4 seconds. Your insanity no longer drains when channeling the spell.
Yes. So this better have like a fucking awesome animation where you actually put the dagger up in the air and like create a void cloud with tentacles popping out.
Oh, tentacles.
Yeah, it's all the good stuff. So like the obvious use is to extend void form by 4 seconds.
For as long as possible.
Yeah. So at the end of void form, you like cast it and whoop. Not much to it right now. Like a lot of like the artifact stuff depends on how things actually like interact with each other.
Yeah, of course. I should be able to play
We
it.
don't know. Yeah.
From the shadows, reduce the cooldown of dispersion by up to 40 seconds with all the fixings.
Yes, that's pretty lovely.
Kind of cool.
So we have like 2 ways to go now. Either we go to
We're
the
gonna
pain,
We're gonna go down.
Okay.
Mental fortitude. Overhealing from Vamp Touch will grant you an absorb shield up to 15% of max health.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty
Dang.
much, if you've played a warlock before, they have like soul leech.
Oh, is it the same thing? I've played a
This
warlock.
has- yeah, well, like general to people. This is just better because for destruction warlocks, it was like single target spells they would gain it from.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this is. I would say it's better because you can have dots running on several targets, getting all the healing, so you could potentially get a big shield all the time.
It's pretty sick. In addition to powered shielding yourself.
Yeah.
Thoughts of Insanity. Shadowman now heals for X% more, and you take X% less damage from the backlash. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Mindseer causes targets with your Shadow Word Pain or Vamp Touch effects to immediately take a 30% of a tick of their damage. That stacks up to 50% of a tick.
Yes, that is pretty lovely. Brings
Cool.
back memories of ICC days.
So you would dot everything, and then you start searing?
Yeah, with this talent, well, it's a toss-up, like between how many mobs.
And how long they're going to live.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you know all the dots are going to tick on everything for the full duration, and you can sear out of it.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a breakpoint, like
Gotcha.
where it's like how many, like if you should just put pain up and like let's say 10 targets and then sear, like dot everything up and sear then.
Power of the Old Gods. You summon a faceless void from blah, blah to aid you in battle for 12 seconds. You cast devastating void spells at your target. Replaces Shadow Fiend.
Yes. So we're getting
Dang.
ranged minion now. Pretty cool. With the
Yeah.
Two.
Oh, that's right. It casts.
Yes.
it
Two
casts
very
spells.
very important questions here we have.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Does Glyphosate work on it?
Oh my
And
god,
what
that'd be the
does it
best
do?
thing ever.
What
Yes.
does it do? And also,
That'd be sick.
Pig Mindbender
Uh-huh.
is the
Oh, and it generates insanity too.
yes is the duration increased as well.
Oh, that's a good point as well. All right. We're going to move up to the Void Fiend thing, or Tremble in Fear.
Or
When Psychic Horror is removed from the target, they are snared by X% for X seconds, yada yada. Okay, that's kind of whatever. Sinister Thoughts. Each cast of Mind Blast increases the damage of your next Shadow Word spell by X%, stacks up X times.
sounds pretty fun.
Isn't that like something else?
Yes. one
That's
of
like
the
Legacy of the Void.
talents. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So they might change like the artifact. Or
Yeah, that looks like
talent.
the exact... That's the exact same thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that is the
Well,
exact same
this
thing.
one is not like it doesn't have a limit on the stacks currently. Like
Well, yeah,
the one
true.
has, so.
All the wording's the same.
Alpha.
Yep. To the Pain. Shadow Word Pain damage increased by 13%. Cool beans. Death's Embrace. Increased the damage of Shadow Word Death by 13%.
All these boring talents.
Cool beans. Sphere of Insanity. When you enter Void form, you summon a Void Sphere for 15 seconds. While this sphere is active, X% of all direct damage dealt is additionally dealt to any target with your Shadow Word Pain on them. Holy fuck.
Yes.
What does this mean?
Well, you make sure you have a lot of shadow pains up before you go into insanity, and then you just have this
You just go ham. You just have a huge explosion.
void shit spouting all over those targets.
Huh. That is really cool.
That is really cool.
That's a lot of like setup to like
Shadow is gonna be a lot of micromanaging your dots.
yeah, holy shit.
So,
That looks hard but like really fun.
yes. for sure.
Alright, Touch of Darkness. Vamp Touch does more damage. Yay.
Exciting.
Thrive in the Shadows. Dispersion now heals you for X% of your max health over its duration. Cool beans. Unleash the Shadows. Vamp Touch. Critical strikes have a 20% chance to proc shadowy apparitions. 40% if you upgrade all the way. Cool beans. Mind Shattering. Mind Blast damage increased. Yeah.
Woo!
And lastly, Mass Hysteria. Each stack of Void Form increases the damage of your Shadow Word Pain and Vamp Touch by X%.
Yes.
What are these stacks of Void Form? Tell me about this.
So from the current wording, what we have deducted is that you gain this haste buff after you exit Void Form.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So.
But this is for when you're in... Oh, these are the stacks that you're going to get
each
of the
stack
haste buff?
generates haste stacks like while in Void Form, and then like...
And this is when you exit. So, like,
persist
you
after
generate them...
exit.
So you generate them while you're in Void Form, but it only works when you get out of them? Right?
I'm actually not sure. I think you gain the haste while in
While in it. Okay.
Void Form as well, but like the timer starts ticking down after you exit Void Form.
So not only are your dots
It's like
ticking...
duration.
Oh, okay, so it starts falling off at that point.
Yeah, but you can like have
Okay.
potentially you can have several of these stacks running because you can enter Void Form.
How
like,
many fucking
faster.
weak cores are you gonna get? Like, do you know how much like stuff you have to micromanage?
Yes.
There's so many things that like stack up and you get charges and damn.
Yeah.
Sup, Sly Wolf. While in Void Form and after. Got it, Acorn. Got it. Legacy of the Void doesn't apply to death. Your next shadow word by 50%. And your next shadow word. Yeah, so it both applies to death, demonic. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of weak cores, a lot of like micromanaging of everything. Holy fuck. It's cool. Like, it looks really cool. You know?
Especially compared to what it is now, because there's not much to do with Shadow
Yeah.
currently. So.
Alright, I'm gonna have to download Discord now.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I should, you know?
You should.
I hear it's, you know, where all the cool kids go.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We miss you, Dad.
Aw, I miss you too, buddy. See, this is a video you gotta make. Maybe I'll just cut it and I'll just, like, take all the credit for it. Be like, Val told me things, and I think they're correct. Alright, well, thank you for joining me. You know,
It's fun.
you're fun.